Yes, people, hello, welcome back to another episode of your favorite weekly podcast, Back of the Net. Here I am, man. Sheff United versus Arsenal review. What else is there to say? 6-0. I don't think anyone really thought that Sheff United would beat Arsenal. Right. If there is, put in the comments because they they were so bad, Sheff United. Yeah, Arsenal played well. The one-touch football was incredible, and there they are banging in goals again. 3-0 up after 15 minutes, and you thought, wow, this could be 8-10. But I do feel like they took their foot off the gas a bit. Sheffield United kind of got lucky with that. I look at Sheffield United's 11, and I think, what hope do they have? Like, there was Austin Trusty at left back, who Arsenal did sign from Colorado Rapids. I think it was about 2 seasons ago. And I don't know, there's always this thing with American players. You kind of think, oh, this guy could come and, hit the ground running in the Premier League. But obviously, loaned out to Birmingham and then obviously sold to Sheffield United after that. He was awful, awful, getting ripped apart by Saka the whole game. And Arsenal just bossed it for being in. I don't remember Sheffield United really having any chances. And Arsenal was just comfortable, able to sub players off. Took Saka off at half time. I think he was a bit sick, according to Mikel Arteta. Martinelli, I think, got cut to his foot with a tackle. I think happened in the second half. And it's just, you just look at Sheffield United and think, just don't waste our time by bringing them back to the Premier League. I think there has to be some type of thing where it's like, you're coming back to the league again, but what are you bringing this time? Like, you got to put up some fight. I watched Burnley the other day, against Bournemouth, same thing. Wasting chances, and I'm thinking, you clubs that are coming up reminds of West Brom back in the day as well. Derby were bad as well. Lowest points total of all time. I look at these teams and I just think it's awful. All right, it's 3 points for us, in the battle for the Premier League, but yeah, they were awful. I feel for the fans. I think fans were leaving after about 20 minutes. Now, imagine that you bought your ticket for a game. All right, you didn't think your club were going to beat Arsenal, but you kind of felt a bit of a fight. You got in there 20 minutes later, like, I'm going to go home. I mean, I don't even know how much a ticket is for that stadium, but boy, it's a bit of a mad one. A bit of a mad one to be leaving that early. But, let me give Arsenal the credit now. They're fantastic. Declan Rice, amazing again. He's proved to be an outstanding signing. Odegaard is picking up as well. Havertz is doing his thing, scored a goal and an assist. I feel like he's kind of found his role in the team now. He's still not there yet, but he's getting there slowly. And we're seeing a bit of the Kai that we kind of thought we are going to see. Jorginho in the midfield. Something about when Jorginho plays, it brings out the best in Rice. And all Arsenal fans see that. And I feel like as long as Arsenal can, as long as we can, just keep playing that same one. Partey's back now. If you've got to rotate every now and then, rotate. But Jorginho is the one that's got to be in there. He just keeps it ticking over, allows Rice to be expressive, and do his thing. And yeah, he was good. He was very good. Defense were comfortable. Ben White scored a goal. Big fan of Ben White. My real guy, Lee, I know he's watching this. Always bigged up Ben White when I was a bit unsure from his Brighton days. And he brings to such that composure at the back. And let's remember, right back is not even his position, but we're getting so used to him being there. We're thinking, all right, cool. When Timber comes back, Tomiyasu, what's happening? You know what I mean? I don't know whether Timber's going to go right back, he's going to go left back. We don't know. But these options are fantastic for Mikel to have. And as we get to the crunch time of the season, 11 games left in the league. 2 points off the top, a point behind City. It's getting heated up now, and you kind of feel like who's the first to blink. This Saturday coming up, Arsenal have Brentford at 5:30. A win kind of puts a bit of pressure on the Sunday game for City or Liverpool to win, and a draw will be perfect for Arsenal if they beat Brentford. Again, that's not going to be an easy game. No easy games in the Premier League apart from Sheffield United. But yeah, it's a good position for them to be in. Jesus come on, didn't really perform the best. There were rumours that he might have, injured himself slightly again, but I haven't seen any confirmation on that. But it's just nice to see Arsenal in that position. I remember the days when Arsenal played these type of games, and I'd be like, oh, you could easily lose this one. Like, I remember, who was the guy? there's a French guy they had up top one time. I think it was Premier League game, Jens Lehmann, where there was a collision of some sort, and the guy, that was it. It went over the top, and he killed it around Lehmann. I just remember him celebrating at Bramall Lane, and you kind of think about them games, but yeah, Arsenal just in cruise control. They've been doing it for the last couple of weeks now. I don't know what was in that food in Dubai. Everyone laughed when Mikel Arteta was doing that thing with the steak. I'm not going to do it here to show people what he was doing because I'll get clipped, and we don't want that now. But yeah, like honestly, us been great since Dubai. I don't know if they're going to get a little break because I know there's a gap in with their game. I think from Brentford to Man City, but I think there's a bit of an international break in between, so they really won't get that type of Dubai little sunshine break. Couldn't even get the words out. But yeah, a bit of a sunshine break. But yeah, it's just a pleasure to see. Just the clinicalness, the finishes. Arsenal. We look at the game against West Ham. I always go back to this one because we had so many chances, but we just didn't put them away. Now we're finishing the chances, and I think that's the difference. The defense are doing their bit. The midfield is doing their bit. The strikers were not doing their bit, or the wingers, whatever you want to call them, Saka, Martinelli. No one, Trossard as well. They weren't doing their bit. They weren't scoring. Now they're scoring. The defense are doing their thing anyway. And so it's like you're winning 5-0, 5-1. You know what I mean? Was it 6-0? Did we beat someone 6-0? I think we did. I can't remember the opposition again. But yeah, we've been fantastic recently. But it's going to get tougher. The fixture list is going to get tougher. You know what I mean? We've got Aston Villa at home. I'm still scarred of that COVID time we played them when they absolutely popped us, absolutely finished us. Spurs away still to go. Man United, I still feel like something about Man United at Old Trafford. Like if it was at home, I'd feel a lot more confident. But something about them at Old Trafford, they love ruining things. Like even though they know they're not in a position, you know what I mean? They know that they just love to end a run. Or you want to win the league now? We're not going to allow it. We're going to get a draw against you, man. Shut up shop and try. Like you can just see that with them. But up until that point, let's just, we'll worry about the fixtures we've got now. And I just want to see again Brentford go at them. We built up a goal difference now where it adds, it's like an extra point. You know what I mean? It adds like an extra point. And Man City were the best at that. Just the goal difference is like 20 plus more than everybody else. And you're like, oh my gosh, man. Now we've got to finish about them points, can't even be level with them. And we felt that last season with Man City. So it's so crazy how we've really improved that. And I've absolutely loved it. And I just want to see it continue. You know what I mean? And we're on a good run at the moment. And this just has to just carry on. I don't want to, no silly draws, nothing like that. No games where we're struggling a bit and we're panicking. Like, this Saturday Brentford, I want to win comfortably, half-time, rotate again. You know what I mean? Then you've got Porto next week. Tyrone really said it best yesterday. It's you go through the Champions League. How are you going to fare in the league? You know what I'm trying to say? I'm not saying I never want to go out of competitions, but how are we going to cope with doing the both? You know what I mean? We need both all the players back and available to really attack on both fronts. But it's going to be interesting. You know what I mean? There's big games. The only thing here is you don't want to let City open up a gap. This is not it. You know what I mean? If you want to win the league, you've got to go to Etihad, either above them or in a position where it's like they're not going to pull away so tough. They're not going to be 5-6 clear because after that, you might as well give up. So, yeah, we're in for a good run-in. I'm sure as a neutrals are enjoying it as well. As an Arsenal fan, I'm pleased to see us there again. A lot of fans did doubt us and think, you were there last season. We did bottle it. We bottled it. I'm admitting that, yeah. And you know who you are because it was in my case about saying I don't want to admit it. But yeah, like I feel like this season just to show that we can do it. And I keep saying to people, we're on the cusp of it. And the injuries, or everyone's had injuries, but our injuries is just like, please, just want to fully fit 11 for once. You know what I mean? Like you look at what we're doing now with that striker. People spoke about, oh, we need a striker, and I was one of them. But what we're doing now, we're just scoring goals. You know what I mean? And it's so good to see. And long may that continue. And if we go and win the league after this, boy, Arteta will be hailed for what he's done. To beat these two mammoth managers to a Premier League title would be absolutely incredible. But it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But this Saturday is big. You know what I mean? You can't slip up in this game. You know, I'm normally one to be a bit like, oh, if we do this, it's all right. Nah, no, we've got to win. We've got to win, because if we don't win this and someone goes and wins on Sunday, you know the rest. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's one of them games, the Arsenal Sheffield United one, where I can't even really dwell on it, because yeah, we played well. Sheffield United. All right, they put a fight up against certain teams. Man City scored the last couple of minutes, Rodri, and I think United beat them by 1 goal. So I can't remember if it was 1-0 or 2-0 or 2-1. But yeah, we just finished them, and that's what you got to do this to these teams: put them to the sword, finish them, get it done, and then you move on. You rotate your players. This time of the season where players need to rest, be recharged, be ready. It's big games, big games. You know what I mean? And we're up there. You know what I mean? It's the battle. It's on now. Yeah, pressure's up there. It's coming. Now these players need to show that, cool, what you went through last season, it probably did hurt, but show us how you're bouncing back from that. You know what I mean? You go and win it this season, boys. You're forgiven. You're absolutely forgiven. But go and show us now, yeah? Just want to finish with Sheff United. I hope you never come back to the Premier League. Absolute awful performance, awful team. Chris Wilder must be pulling his hair out, like just nothing there, absolutely nothing there. But that's for them to do when they go to the Championship. But listen, it's been a pleasure. Just want to wrap up the game real quick, talk about my thoughts in a little title race. I'm going to do another show later in the week. We'll go real in depth on the title and the 3 teams involved and the fixtures and where I think teams will win and lose here. But yeah, that's for another day. But today I just thought I'd just wrap up this game. But listen, it's been a pleasure, guys. For those tuning in, really appreciate it. For those that are following me, if you've subscribed already, really appreciate it. If those of you that haven't, make sure you subscribe. Tell your people to subscribe. Share it around, all of that. As I said before, I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. You can find me everywhere, so there's no excuse. But yeah, and I appreciate my bruv, I think I'm talking to my boy. But no, appreciate people for listening. Tune into the next one. This week I should be doing one a day as well, so might get bored of me. Hopefully not. But it's been a pleasure, my peeps. Peace.